when it comes to emus, a giant green thing can only mean one thing, and that's an emu egg.
So Ghost, do you want to tell us what happened? Do you want to tell them what happened, or do you want me to?
And if I touch it, oh my gosh guys, it's a little bit warm. What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an absolutely amazing day so far. So guys, we got a call. Oh my goodness, the dogs are coming at me.
What are you guys doing? Hello! So do you guys want to tell them what we are doing in today's video?
Oh my goodness guys, I'm getting trampled by dogs. Oh my goodness, you're crazy, whoa! So we got a call from the yard guys cleaning my brother's property that when they were specifically by the emu enclosure, they were cleaning the hedge. They saw some giant green thing in the emu enclosure. Now, when it comes to emus, a giant green thing can only mean one thing, and that's an emu egg. So we're gonna be heading over there and seeing if our emu is laying eggs because we're in season right now. Between November and March is when our emus are gonna start laying their eggs, whether they're fertile or infertile, whether our female is with a male or not, she can still lay eggs. So we're gonna be heading over there and seeing if we can find any emu eggs. But we also have a couple things that we're gonna be doing before. We're gonna be hand feeding our sugar gliders, and we're also gonna be feeding our clouded leopards. So guys, without further ado, let's hop straight into today's video. All right, so we have everything ready and set up for hand feeding and making the sugar gliders dinner. Now, we only feed the sugar gliders once a day because, like I said before, they're nocturnal. So once the sun goes down, that's when it gets crazy in their enclosure. Everyone's awake, everyone's running around, everyone's drinking water, eating, going to the bathroom, and just having a good old time until the sun comes up. So this is what we're gonna be feeding them. We feed our sugar gliders a high protein diet, and this is what it looks like. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness guys, and you can see in here, there's a bunch of dried fruit, it has a bunch of added vitamins, and all the protein that our sugar gliders need to be happy and healthy. Now, along with their sugar glider diet, we do give them fruits and veggies. So today, their assortment is going to be carrots, it's going to be some yummy tomatoes, and it's going to be some cherries. Now, there is a seed inside, so we must take the seed out. So we're gonna be cutting everything and hand feeding our sugar gliders because you guys haven't seen them in quite a while. So it's gonna be very exciting to see just how much they've grown. So guys, we have their bowls right here, nice and clean. So what we're gonna do is, since we have quite a few sugar gliders, we're gonna pour about that much in that one. And so we just cover the bottom and that much in this one. We don't want to give them too much because our sugar glider stomachs are very, very small. So we want to make sure we're portioning it correctly. And now we have our carrot. Everything's nice and washed. So we're going to just start chopping it up. And we honestly don't need too much. We're gonna take this little cluster right here and just start chopping it up into fine little pieces like so. And just like that, we have our carrots nice and finely chopped. Now this is honestly good enough for them. This is enough for all of our sugar gliders in there. So we're gonna split it in one bowl and put that many. We're gonna take this and put it here. Now that we got that, we're gonna take some tomatoes. Now they don't get tomatoes every single day because it's very acidic for them. So they either get this about once or twice a month. And there we have it. We have our tomatoes, we have our carrots, we have our sugar glider diet. And now for the last and final part is our cherries. Now we're going to be hand feeding our sugar gliders the cherries because sugar gliders gravitate towards the sweet stuff. This is exactly what we're going to be hand feeding them. So guys, let's do exactly what we did with the other stuff. We're gonna chop it up. We have made some yummy, yummy sugar glider food. This looks very, very appetizing. So let's head out to the garage and hand feed our sugar gliders. So we've made it out to our sugar glider enclosure and I already see a peeping face. If you look in their pouch right there, since I just came out to clean their bowls, they're still in their pouch, but they're very curious because they know I'm here and I have their food. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna open this on up and we're gonna be hand feeding them. We're gonna put it up close to their face and coax this little guy out. Come on. Come on, little guy. Oh my goodness, look. He's grabbing the cherry. Look how he just holds it with his hand. And he is munching and he's crunching. And his brother or sister is coming out to get a piece and he just launched himself back in there. And oh, let's see if we can coax another one out. Now they can be very, very shy, but when it's around feeding time, that's when these guys get very curious. But you can see they're being very cautious right now. Now, I don't know if this is mom, this is dad, or if this is one of her babies, but you can see how she's just diving her head in and she is gravitating towards, let's see, I think that's the dried fruit. Is that the dried fruit?
They love the dried fruit.
Yeah, that's the dried fruit. So they absolutely love the dried fruit because it's in their diet every single day. So they gravitate towards some type of fruit. Now, today this little guy gravitated towards the dried fruit. But look at him. How he's just holding it with his little hands, grabbing it. And if you take a look, just look how wide their eyes are. Yeah, we're talking about you. But a really cool thing that a lot of people don't know about sugar gliders are actually marsupials. So you think they're related to squirrels, but they're actually related to possums and kangaroos and wombats, because those are all in the marsupial family. And they're actually extremely soft. It literally feels like a cotton ball, like a very soft plush blanket. Yeah, you're so soft. Is that food really good? Now guys, before we head over to the emus to check if they have any eggs, we're gonna be feeding some of the cats on the property. So here we have Miss Nebula's food. So we have our female clouded leopard's food. You can see we have all of her vitamins added in. It looks absolutely tasty for our leopard girl. And we're also gonna be feeding Ollie, our male clouded leopard, after. So guys, let's head into her enclosure and feed Miss Nebula. Our clouded leopard girl has made her way down. Let's try to get better lighting because it's very harsh in here, but we don't want to spook her. Let's see. Miss Nebbies.
The lighting is very bad. Oh, there we go. Now we can see her. So you can see Miss Nebula
Is just enjoying her afternoon meal, and our cats only get fed once a day. And you can see she is very polite. She's eating so proper, and she is not making a big old mess. So we're not going to disturb you anymore, girl, because the lighting is not that great. I want to let you enjoy your food, and we're going to go see Mr. Ollie Man now. We're going to put his food right here, and he's going to jump up and immediately start eating it.
Oh my goodness. Mommy knows the way to Ollie Man's heart. Is the big old chicken chunks. And to come in with lots of love, lots of pets, and everything
That a giant growing clouded leopard boy would need. Do you hear that, guys? He is crunching and munching on these bones. Now, it is very, very vital that we add these bones into all of our cats' diets because it contains so much calcium and everything our growing cat needs, because without those bones, like they normally would get in the wild, well, it wouldn't be good that our cats wouldn't be getting that. So that's why we add it into every single one of their diets. And even if we had a tiny cub, we would have to finely chop it to make sure it's tinier, because I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's these bone chunks in there. He has a lot bigger bones because he has some massive teeth.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to see his teeth. Can I see your teeth, mister? Can I see what's crunching and munching those bones down? Let's see if we see. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that, guys?
He is going to town on this. All right, Ollie.
We're gonna leave you to finish your food, and we're gonna go see if there's any emu eggs. All right? Oh!
All right, guys, bear with me. It is a very sunny day down here in South Florida, and surprisingly, even though it's so sunny and it's like shining so bright, there's like barely any clouds in the sky that are gonna cover the sun. It is actually surprisingly a little chilly down here. There's a nice breeze. It feels absolutely amazing, and all the animals can tell as well. And we also are on the way to a very special enclosure. Of course, you guys know we have made it to Ghost's enclosure. So I have Ghost's food right here. We have a yummy, yummy emu diet that's measured out to a certain amount every single day. And our emu girl is waiting for us. Look what mommy brought you. Oh my gosh. You are literally unfazed. I don't think she even wants the food. I think she's just like more excited that we're here. We're heading in. We gotta make sure our emu girl doesn't get out. Let's give her a little nudge. Come here.
Look, I got your food. Here, wait. So we're gonna put the food, we're gonna put it down, and we're gonna make sure we lock this so we don't have an emu escape. All right, guys, let's grab the other side. Well, this is protocol. Every time you go into any single enclosure, you have to make sure you lock it, and
these animals are not going anywhere, because imagine trying to chase after a 6 foot tall bird. That's definitely not fun, and you can see she's already flaring up her feathers. She wants some scratches. She wants some love. Okay, we're gonna give it to you in a second, but what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna put her food in her feeding station. So we have a feeding station right here, and there we have it. We have our emu diet in here. Now what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna see if she wants some.
here, Ghost, hello, excuse me, what are you doing, pretty girl? You're not stuck.
come here. Are you trying to fit behind her? I don't think that big body would fit in that little crevice. So it usually works is if we start walking the other direction, she should hopefully follow us. I know she can see us. And I don't know what she's doing. I mean, this bird is pretty crazy. But we're gonna walk over here because we have another emu that's already been fed today. We already gave her her food, but we have Shadow. Now Shadow is on the other side of this fence right here, and she's very, very shy, very scared. She really doesn't care for human interaction, even though she was completely raised by humans her entire life. She's a little picky when it comes to that. She is a very shy girl. She's very antisocial, and she's an introvert, definitely. Let's see. Ghost, what are you doing? Oh, you got your head out? Come here. I have some yummy food for you. Now Ghost here is a very sweet girl, and she actually loves being pet, loves her scratches, and just loves human interaction. So by us petting her, she should be coaxed into sitting down because she's absolutely just loves this. Puts her in a trance. And look at that skin though, guys. She has some crazy looking skin right here where her feathers actually don't grow. So she has it also on her head right here as well. And oh, there she goes. She is down. She is laying down for us. And she is just probably one of the sweetest emus that I have ever met in my entire life. That's right. You're very sweet. So Ghost, do you want to tell us what happened? Do you want to tell them what happened, or do you want me to? So what happened, guys, is we received a call from our yard guys. Now, obviously our yard guys don't come into our animal enclosures, but they were on the back side of the enclosure trimming up this giant bush along the entire fence line that goes all around the property. When they said they looked inside the emu enclosure, and specifically in our emu house right here, and noticed something giant and green. Now, when someone mentions something giant and green, when it has to do with an emu, that can only mean one thing, and that's an emu egg. And that's why we rushed over here. And of course, we're gonna say hello to Ghost first and give her our love, give her some pets, give her some scratches. But that's why we're here today. We are coming to collect her egg. Now, unfortunately, she isn't with a male, so it's very, very unlikely that this egg is fertile. But we're still gonna try incubating it because you may never know, guys. Now it's crazy because the emu season where they start laying eggs is between November and March. And believe it or not, 30 to 50 eggs can come out of this emu body, laying one egg every 3 to 4 days. Now, not every time is an emu gonna lay that many eggs, but it's crazy because a female emu can lay eggs whether or not she has a mate. So whether they're infertile or fertile, she can actually still lay eggs, whether there's a male in here or whether there's not a male, which is absolutely crazy. But before we head to this house to see if the yard guys were actually seeing what we think they were seeing, we're gonna look around in this area right here because you can see the whole entire rest of her enclosure is completely trimmed up. But she could also lay eggs in here, which could be very hard to spot if you're not up close and like digging in here. So guys, I'm gonna put it on screen what an emu egg looks like, so now you guys have an idea of what the heck we're getting ourselves into. So they stick out like an eyesore. You're gonna definitely be able to see it, but we want to make sure we cover all of this area. I haven't walked through here yet, and I don't think if you're on the outside of the enclosure you would be able to see it. But I'm not seeing anything, guys. I don't think there's any eggs in there. And now the moment of truth, guys. We got Ghost following behind us, and we're walking in to their emu house to see if there's actually an emu egg. Alright, guys, let's peek over. Look at that, guys. They were right. Now the sun isn't beaming on them, so it looks like very dark. But early this morning, the sun was beaming directly on this egg. And that's how they probably spotted it, saying it's very green. And she was probably laying on it because you can see this area is kind of dug out. And that's what she probably did with her giant talons on her feet. She dug this kind of secure area for her egg right here. And if I touch it, oh my gosh, guys, it's a little bit warm. Ghost, is this your egg? Are you such a proud mom that you pushed this whole egg out by yourself? Oh my gosh. I can barely see you because the sun glare
sun is like really bad right now on this angle, but I'm so proud of you. What a good emu. Guys, let's see if I pick it up. Yeah, we have a very hefty egg. Oh my gosh, that's very heavy. So what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking this egg. I look a little crazy, guys. We're gonna be taking this egg. We're gonna be incubating it to see if we hatch anything out. Because with this constant weather change down here in South Florida, it gets hot, it gets cold, it gets freezing at night, and then it gets warm the next day. That could be very, very fatal for an egg like this because this egg needs a constant temperature and needs mom constantly sitting on it. And if mom is not constantly sitting on it, well, you can best believe that this egg might go bad. So guys, we got our emu egg. We're just gonna look around the rest of the enclosure, and we're also gonna head to Shadow's enclosure and make sure we don't miss any emu eggs. So guys, what I want you to do right now is comment down below. Do you think we're gonna find any more?
Alright, Ghost, we didn't find any more eggs, but I promise you I'm gonna let you say goodbye to your egg, even though I'm not sure if you even know what I'm doing. But we're gonna take the bestest care of your egg. Okay, I promise. And hopefully I'll come back in a couple months with a baby. Alright, and then you can raise your little baby emu. Are you excited for that? I hope that happens for you. I hope you get your little baby.
So we've made it home, we have our egg, we have our incubator, and this is what we're gonna incubating and hopefully hatching our egg with. And oh, there we have it. We have our incubator on. Now it says it's at 69 degrees and 66 humidity. Now that's obviously absolutely incorrect. So we're gonna give it about 15 to 20 minutes to really acclimate so it gets to the proper temperature. But as we wait, since we already got the temperature on, we're gonna move the lid to the side. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but all of those grooves in the incubator is where we're actually putting our water to keep the humidity up. And start pouring. We got 1, and we got 2, and now we're only gonna do 2 because the humidity doesn't need to be that high. So we're gonna take the top of our incubator, slide it back on, and wait till this gets to the proper temperature. Our temp is literally 1 degree off to what it needs to be. So that means we're gonna be able to add our egg in now. Now our temperature for an emu egg needs to be between 96 and 97. So it's trying to get there, it's trying to heat up. But before we add our egg in, I wanna show you guys this. So if you see this little mark on the egg right here, with emu eggs, with any type of bird egg, they're all pretty much the same. So with bird eggs specifically, and only with bird eggs, not reptile eggs, not any other eggs, but specifically bird eggs, you have to constantly rotate them multiple times a day because if you don't, the yolk will actually get stuck to the top of the egg right there if it's not rotated, and it won't develop properly. So we're gonna have to be manually turning this egg multiple times a day. Now I do have egg turners, but there's no egg turner for an egg this big. So we're gonna be manually turning this egg, and usually you'd put an X on the egg, but it's pretty dark already, so you're not gonna be able to see it. So we're gonna go off of the mark right there. Our incubator is about ready, so we're gonna go ahead and add it in, because we don't want this egg to get any colder than it already has. Set our egg on in here. And oh my goodness, guys, this is such a heavy egg. But we're gonna make sure that it's perfect. You can see we got that mark right there. So in a little bit, we're gonna come and rotate it to the other side. And now we're gonna put it in the incubator. And let's see. Dun, 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 dun. There we have it. We have our emu egg in there. And honestly, I'm so excited to hatch this egg out. I honestly don't know if there's anything inside. It's a 50-50% chance, but we're gonna see what we can hatch out. So we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna wait. Well, if we were to wait here, we'd be waiting a very long time because it takes about 50 days for this egg to hatch. So guys, that's going to end today's video. If you all enjoyed today's video, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you think that this emu egg is going to hatch out. And guys, if you want to see us hatch this emu egg and reunite the emu baby with his mother, well, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, link down below.